So yeah, we just moved on to part two here because for technical reasons. But yeah, I just thought that Mohammed Elneny was so much more fluid in possession than Granit Xhaka is, who tends to need one or two touches before he moves it on. And so that's my view on that. I think Partey had a very encouraging performance in there as well because he was breaking up play. His passing was good. He had the confidence to carry the ball up the field. You know, and it's true. We haven't seen that sort of ability since Vieira. I mean, Abu Diaby did show some glimpses, but obviously he was, his career was ruined by injuries, unfortunately. Obviously, as well, Gabriel, the centre back, absolutely barnstorming. If they do they still use that word? Performance um, in the centre back. He looks really really good. He's quick. He's strong in the air. He plays on the front foot, so he kind of gets in amongst trying to disrupt any passes that come into his opposite number at centre forward, and really impressed. Composure, some really brave tackling. He tackled Matic in the box quite late on. Was very confident he would get the ball, and he did it. And then he booted it like once it had gone off the pitch. We want to see that kind of thing, booting it like not Mr. Nice Guy all the time. We shouldn't. Anyway, so very encouraging performances there. I want to move on to Sky Sports coverage. I've got a few issues with Sky Sports, and obviously we're a disruptor in the market here at Arsenal, the Arsenal Media Centre. We're offering an alternative type of coverage, but I don't know if you agree with this. Sky Sports, when Man United are playing, they have Gary Neville in the commentary box, right? Man United legend, loves the club. In the studio on Sunday, they had Roy Keane. The same could be said for him, right? They didn't have anyone of an Arsenal persuasion there, and I just think it's not good. It's not good from a coverage point of view. And when Liverpool are playing, they've got Carragher in the box, in the commentary box. And I just feel like they shouldn't do that, because, and I'll give you an example as to why. I was watching Aston Villa against Man United at the end of last season, and again, Gary Neville was in the commentary box. In the studio, you had Patrice Evra and you had Roy Keane, both Man United ex-players, and United got a penalty, a dubious penalty, for what looked like Bruno Fernandes making a meal of a nondescript tackle on the edge of the box. It was really up for debate whether that was a penalty or not. Did Neville call it out as a potential dive? No. When they got into the studio, they barely even spoke about it, and Keane dismissed it as a dive. Evra did too, because they're United people. It shouldn't happen like that. I think they should mix it up and, have some. I'm not saying those guys are very good pundits and very good commentators, but they just shouldn't be commentating on their own team. It shouldn't be like that, and something should be done. And I might have to write to Sky Sports, and I'm quite good at emailing people in authority. I've been known to email Mikel Arteta a couple of months ago. Not that he replied, but obviously he's a busy fella. I want to come on to just quite a bizarre little final section. No, I'm not going to. Well, it's another gripe actually. It's about the BBC, and this. When you're tuning in, as I did, to watch the BBC news the other week, and Strictly Come Dancing is a news item something's gone awry with news reporting. How is essentially reporting on one of their own TV programs, an entertainment show, a news item? That's not right as well. So someone's got to keep an eye out for this sort of stuff, and I'm happy to do this. And I think you should keep an eye out as well, guys. I was going to say something rather bizarre. So my mate, one of my mates said something quite insightful. I don't know if you think it. He said about a year ago, the meal deal is now the national cuisine. What do you think to that? I think it's brilliant myself. I came up with a new one myself, not quite as probably not quite as insightful, but Strictly Come Dancing is the new FA Cup. That's my one, and where I'm coming from on that one is not complete insanity. We don't have the FA Cup really doesn't exist in this country anymore, but what is the event that kind of gets people, families together, gathered round the TV, excitedly seeing what the outcome is? That used to be the FA Cup. The FA Cup has lost that kind of quality in this country, and I think that Strictly Come Dancing has overtaken it. Yeah, slightly bizarre, but I have had COVID, and I've been in the media centre now for, I think is it 11 minus 3? That's 8 months. That's a long time. So you could forgive me for coming up with some quite bizarre things. At least I haven't gone down the QAnon route. I mean, that's bloody ridiculous, isn't it? But there you go. Each to their own. As long as nobody gets hurt, and I think the people at QAnon have got the potential to hurt people, which I don't want to see. Okay, that's enough from me. I think you'll agree. It's been a two-parter this time. That's because there's been so much to catch up on. But I hope you're keeping well. It's just about to start on this second lockdown. I hope you haven't put as much weight on as I have. Because it's none of my clothes fit. It's lucky I don't have anywhere to go to because I'm locked down, because they look ridiculous. See you next time on the Arsenal Media Centre.